Well, this business of assassinations or attempt of assassinations in the United States of America have demonstrated us, the people of the world, the advanced civilizations of the world, how primitive is the United States of America. First, we have the historical facts of who assassinate who, and all began with the attempt of assassination of Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson. Of course, Andrew Jackson was a soldier. Andrew Jackson was a man of his time. He was a very primitive man, but a very intelligent man, and was able to defend himself. Because back in the day, people actually physically knew how to handle weapons, how to defend themselves from duels to combat. Everyone fought for their rights, whatever that will be, imaginary or reality. So, with Andrew Jackson defending himself, all the way to Mr. Trump, we have a pattern. We have a pattern, a tremendous pattern. And that pattern is always have been the, how can I say, the English and the Iberians. English and Iberians. And let me explain to you what I'm talking about. For example, Andrew Jackson went into La Capitanía General de Cuba and took it over. That means Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, and so on. At the time was La Capitanía General de Cuba. So he actually went in there and removed it. And that was the first time that someone had an attempt of a president of the United States of America live later on. Then we have Lincoln. We have Lincoln, the same, no difference, same principles. We have a man that tried to actually assassinated Mr. Lincoln, and he screamed in Latin, in Iberian languages, or Ibero-Visigothic language, Siempre tiranos. That was one example of that. Then we have McKinley, the attack La Capitanía General de Cuba, what was left of La Capitanía General de Cuba. And he got shot the same way because the result of attacking the Iberian people. They call that anarchist. Anarchist. They call me an anarchist. Then you have Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Kennedy, same, dealing with the Iberian people in La Capitanía General de Cuba, that at the time was already a colony of the United States of America. We're talking about Puerto Rico. We're talking about Cuba. We're talking about the Philippines. We're talking about all the Iberian lands. And of course, he got shot. Then we have his brother, the same principle, same fight. The ability of fighting for that identity, that Moro identity, or Jew identity, or Ibero-Visigothic identity, all around the world. Sirhan was the one who shot it. Then we have Reagan. Now everybody say Reagan was shot by a crazy guy who loved Foster, the movie star Foster. We can debate that all day long. The Kennedy assassination, everybody understand it. They were the Cubans, either working for the CIA or working for the communists. We really don't know. We have Reagan, and now we have Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump was shot by so-called leftists, communists, leftists, indoctrinated leftists. So it's all related. It's always been the same. So now we shot a man that was a divisionist, was a Polak that came into the United States of America and learn to divide people by just expression, by convincing people of something that is not real. And you can do that for a long time if you are working for CNN, ABC, and all those repeaters from the English language, because they can keep you captive. But no longer that is truth, because now we can respond to that speech. We can respond to that captivity of a speech, including even if we get censored by others. So we're talking about the incident with Mr. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is a Polaco, what we call a unique linguistic man in the United States of America that is telling everyone that he is not an immigrant, that he's a settler, that he's a settler. He's not an immigrant, he's a settler. And those who shot Lincoln, those who tried to kill Andrew, those who created the United States of America and have been competing for those who has taken over the correct identity of the United States of America, they have been fighting for that correction. Those are the immigrants. Rodriguez, he's an immigrant. Jimenez, he's an immigrant. Guerra, he's an immigrant. Frith, Lavoy, Tabor, all those are immigrants. That is their their, how can I express it correctly? Their delusional wanting. They want that to be truth, but it's not truth, because I am here telling you that it's not. And I can tell you that Esteban Rodriguez Miro and Bernardo Conde de Galvez and Jean Baptiste, Marquez de Lafayette, Charles III, Louis XVI created the United States of America. So as you see, no longer that is truth. So now, what is the problem that we have now is that we continue to repeat the same thing. So now we have Mr. Governor of Utah, Mr. Cox, reading people's mind and trying to say that his people, I don't know what he means by his people. I guess his people are those like Mr. Charlie Kirk, a divisionist, the lied to himself that is wanting to be a settler, but is an immigrant. So his people will be those they are conditioned, or how can I say, they have learned something that they are not. They want to be, they are wanting. So now the governor, he's saying that his people are under threat. His people are under siege. And it's the leftists, the problem. So let's analyze what is left and what is right, what is up and what is down. Well, that is what I'm here for, to make this video. Is because the right and the left do not exist. Communists do not exist. Capitalists, they do not exist. None of that exists. The only correct way to look at this is that we have people trying to condition the reflexes of other by symbols. So when they accept those symbols, they can follow and they can kill because they have accepted it. So let's listen to Mr. Cox and his view, his wanting view of the world, And then we're going to break it apart for him so he can understand what he really is, not what he wants to be. Let's check it out.
Governor Cox, thanks for being with us. I'm wondering what stands out to you, what you know about the suspect right now. Is there something about his history that really stands out to you?
Well, I think maybe what stands out is that nothing stands out the way you would normally expect.
So let's see what he say. The question is, what is it that stands out on this guy? And he say, well, everything stands out, but nothing stands out. So right away, he have no clue what the hell he's going to talk about. Well, I'm going to tell you what stands out to me. What stands out to me is that this man, this young United States of America national, have killed another United States of America national because he received symbols, he received instructions on a little noise box that he get up every single morning and he receive the world through it. He does not receive the world through talking to me and going to the store and debating with others humans. No, they go from work to home to watch a television and be captive. But these guys that right now are speaking to us, Mr. CNN repeater, the son of an oligarch. Otherwise, he will not be out there on CNN. And Mr. Cox, the governor of Utah, that was put in place in there because he is a white American, because he can transfer that learning to the rest of the white Americans. They kill each other because they believe that they are enemies. And nothing really happens. The reality is that they kill each other because they are in a delusional stage. They do not live in a real world. They live inside a little noise box that today we call television, radio, telephones, and so many other audiovisual transfer of symbols. So let's continue. So that is what is really wrong. What is really wrong is that these Polaco, John Polaco, they have grow up on a family of Polacos that learn English, they do not know reality, transfer that to him. And he has the skill, extremely well skills, to kill. So let's continue.
This is a good family, a normal childhood, all of those things.
This is a good family, a normal childhood. Now, that is not a good family. That is not a normal childhood. A normal childhood is when you get out with a group of kids without shoes running around town, learning around your world, around your internal, around your environment. Learning how to fall, how to get up, and how to cooperate. That is a normal childhood. A normal childhood is when we get out outside, like we used to do in the farm when I grew up. That is a normal childhood. That is a normal um, human biology growing. When you have a family, they warm you and teach you and transfer you correct learning of survival. That is normal. What we got here is not normal. What we got here is a man that learned some kind of religion that is called the Mormon religion, some kind of delusional thing. Some kind of Smith guy wrote a book in gold letters because God told him to, and he got three witnesses, and they follow that crap, and they follow that crap, and they go from home to school, back home, to video games that teach them how to kill, to movie made by Sony and the Japanese that teach you how to kill, to crazy politicians and conditioning like Mr. Charlie Kirk or Charlie Kirk, transferring you erroneous learning like you are not an immigrant, you are a settler. And you're supposed to be speaking English, but your generations behind you, they spoke Polish and they were Romans. They believe in the creed of Nicaea, the creed of the Romans. And today you believe in Ron Smith, that wrote a little book, and somebody feather him and throw him from the third floor. And you have a fort built in the middle of I-25 and say that fort was not built to kill the Indians. No, that was built to protect the Mormon people. They are pioneers. And they put their signs in front of the original people hieroglyph. So that is not normal. What is happening here? It's not normal at all.
All of those things that you would hope would never lead to something like this, and sadly it did. So there's so much we still don't know, but certainly there was a radicalization that happened in a fairly short amount of time.
So the man say there is a radicalization. I cannot pronounce never the word that happened. That he got radicalized. Well, why he got radical? Well, because he's learning that from you, Mr. Cox, Mr. Governor, because you've been teaching people that you are a Republican and that you are a Democrat, and they are black people and white people, and they are Mormons and they are Christians, and they are Jews. And now we are Judea. We are from Judea Christians. I don't know where you come up with that, because thank God, the God that I know, the God of my grandfather, that we have something that is called the Creed of Nicaea. And we have something that is called the New Testament. The New Testament separated us from that crazy idea of being a Jew. We running around dancing like crazy and making ourselves feel like we need a state. And now we can kill everybody because we are chosen by God. So that is the reality of it. They are radicalized because you are radicalizing them. NPR with them shows called Latino USA, separating us. We are not Latinos. Shows about blacks, shows about Indians, show about Hispanicos, show about somebody else. But whites are not a color. Whites are Polacos that learn English, but now they forgot where they come from. So, yes, you guys up there in CNN, you guys up there in all the commercial broadcasters up there, and including now people like Mr. Charlie Kirk, you are responsible for the advancement of humanity. And what you're doing is nothing but radicalizing and trying to create something that you call communities so they can follow you and you can take their money. But I do not call that a community. I call that a marketing human group. So let's start breaking down those marketing human groups and create a real community. Let's create an ethnic group with that we will call the United States of America. And we already have a script that we can follow and that we can start there, that is called the Constitution of the United States of America. And we need to completely eradicate all these governors and all these politicians that the only thing they do is dividing us, like Mr. Donald Trump. Mr. Donald Trump, he does not care about a Republican Party or a Democratic Party. It's a matter of fact that he's been part of the two. And that is why he's involved with the Jeffrey deal and the Clintons and everybody else, because they were buddies. So that is what we need to break down. We need to break down those communities And that speech, not censor the speech, but allow to flourish a counter speech. So the growth of the humanity, so the family group can become normal, can children can go outside and play together and fight on the street and play soccer and learn how to cooperate with one another and learn how to settle differences in between one another without killing each other. And that is called an ethnic group. An ethnic group that already has for 2,000 years a script. And that script is called the Nicene Christian Creed, the Roman Creed. Yes, we are Romans, and Jesus Christ was a Roman, and we have the second part of the Bible. So go there and read it. We are no Jews, and the Jews are Romans too. Go there and flourish. Saludos.